Every adult and young adult should have a hobby. Learning how to budget your money is the best one. This quote by Jack Harley couldn't have summed it up any better. I've always been well with budgeting my money, making sure all my needs and my bills are taken care of first, and worrying about my wants after that. I'm sure all of us came across a time where we didn't have enough money or had very little of it. Then you think back on the days where you bought something that you really didn't need but just wanted. I mean, I know I have. Whether you get paid once or twice a month, coming up with a budget monthly plan will help you budget your money better. So today, my goal is to show you how to budget your money by keeping track of all your expenses, jotting down your expenses, subtracting that from your monthly income, and coming up with the total, whether it's more, coming up with the monthly total, whether it's negative or a positive amount. Come on, Dad, come on up. Monthly budget.
Here's your monthly budget.
Okay. So today we're gonna start off by listing your expenses. Your rent and your mortgage, which would be one time a month, will be $1,000. First we'll start with your net income, being you get $2,500 a month. With your rent and your mortgage, just one time a month, be $1,000 a month, leaving your balance at $1,500. Then you'll have your phone bill, which is usually once a month as well. That would be $100 per month, and it will leave your balance at $1,400. Then you have your electric bill, which is another one per month expense, which will also be $100 per month and leave you at $1,300. Then you have your household supplies, which will vary from each month, but in this case we'll do an amount of $250, which will leave your budget at $1,050. Then you'll have your car payment, which is again probably once a month, and that we'll have at $300, leaving your total at $750. Then you'll have your insurance, which will be $100 a month, leaving your total at $650. Next will be your food, which will vary per month, but we'll do an average amount of $300, which will leave your total at $350. The next will be your gas for your house, which will be $50 per month, leaving your total at $300. Next will be miscellaneous expense, which will vary from each month. Well, we'll put an average of $150 per month, leaving your total at $150. This will come up with your total amount of your expenses equaling $2,350, leaving your balance at $150 left over to spend. So now that you understand the steps on how to budget your money your mind should be more at ease. When it comes to jotting down all your expenses, subtracting that from your income, and finding out what you do or don't have left over. This quote by William Feather, there's a quote by William Feather that states, "A budget tells us what we can't afford, but it doesn't keep us from buying it." That quote is true. This quote is very true and can apply to all of our lives. It's true that it tells us what we can't afford, but doesn't keep us from buying it. But it also tells us what we get and what we can afford. There is probably a few of you that live paycheck from paycheck. Yep, that live paycheck and paycheck, and yes, that might work for the time being, but eventually it gets harder. Learning how to budget will help you from having to live paycheck to paycheck. So as long as you spend within your means each month, a budget is a great tool for helping you sleep soundly at night. Who don't enjoy having a nice, peaceful sleep? I know I do.
Right on.